Hello, everyone. My name is Dushyant, and thank you for having me here. We'll talk a bit about Xamarin and AdMob in this talk. A bit about me. I work as a platform engineer at NewDay London, and my job currently is C#, .NET, PowerShell, Azure, and Terraform, a bit of Bicep at the moment, ARM templates. But I wanted to make sure that you understand that Xamarin, I do not professionally develop or work in Xamarin. I think Clifford was saying earlier that at least his Twitter bio says Xamarin developer. So if you are professional, then definitely point out what I could be doing wrong. But if you are into hobbies of doing small apps, then maybe this is useful. So yeah, definitely check what I've been doing. So the first thing is during lockdown, we had some free time. So my friends, two of my friends out here with some free time. And I wanted to learn Xamarin development, how the Google Play Store works, how does deployment work, how to do AdMob ads, and how to automate the whole deployment process, right from code to deployment onto the Google Store using Azure DevOps. So the time the three friends, we're school friends, we got outside of playing Counter-Strike and Age of Empires, we started doing a small app. And this is the app which we have published, and that's the QR code in case anyone wanted to check it out. But it's a very simple app. We essentially copied an existing sample and made some changes and then added add-on on top of that. So this talk is about what went wrong when we added ads and how we tried to fix it. So anything I'm going to talk about now is going to be in the blog post here. I will share the whole slide deck with Jason afterwards. So in case I miss something or you don't get something, definitely go ahead and check that link. It should be there. Let's see. Okay, that's all the slides I have, and hopefully the demo works. Let's see. Oh, that's not, thanks now. So to begin with, this is a simple sample app that I copied from Xamarin samples. I've changed it a bit. So let me just share this quickly. So this is a .NET Standard library, and this is the Android project in the Xamarin app. And if I just run it, it should show quickly what it is. So it's actually something like this. So it's a jumbled up picture, which, oh, that's okay. I think I'll just run it again. So it's a jumbled up picture, which we try to click and rearrange. It's a puzzle essentially. So we try to solve it. And so the code for this, let's come back. So yeah, it will randomize it and we put it back together to solve the puzzle. It's a very simple app. So the code for this is on GitHub. So the way the commit works here is just to explain how the AdMob demo will work. So once, if you want to go ahead and check it out, is that there's one commit where we add the ads essentially, and the next one is fix the policy violations. So the simple thing to do or to add, AdMob is, before I go into that, maybe I should quickly tell you what the structure of this is. So this .NET Standard library here has the main XAML file, and that's the one which is being shown in the UI. And the tile is the one which has got all the pictures being shown in different tiles, as in the square tiles that's been shown here. So the main XAML is where all the logic takes place, like when you click on it, what happens and how to animate those tiles, all the logic are here. So to add the AdMob, first of all, we will need an AdMob app ID. So the way to do that, I'll just share the one I have got here. So obviously you go to admob.com and you create an account there. But once you've done it, you go in and add an app. In this case, I've added this small AdMob demo app. And once you've added the app, you will need to add a unit. And a unit is essentially what you are going to show in your app. So banner is the simplest one, which most of you already probably know, and that's the one we'll talk about more today. But you could also add, say, interstitials when you have transition from one phase of your app to the next phase. You could have something pop up which covers the whole screen. That's an interstitial. You could have, if you play app like mobile games, you probably have seen where you have to watch a video to gain some rewards. You could do that as well here. And there are a few other options. I do not know what app open is, but that's probably something new. So we would select this and add one of these units. So I have done that already. So that's one unit I have added. So once you have added the unit, you will get an unit ID. That's Google's way of identifying that specific unit. So when you use this specific unit in the code, in your code, it will know that it has to be a banner. And on the basis of this, it will know what type of banner it is as well. And we'll go into a bit more detail of what are the banner types. And when you create the app, it should give you an app ID. So that's Google's way. Where's the app ID going? Oh, that's the app ID. So the app ID is Google's way of identifying you. So you would be registering this app. So Google will figure out that you are in charge of this app, and then the units under those app ID will be appearing. So once we have got these values from Google AdMob, then we go ahead and start adding. So the first thing to do is we need a control, which is, hold on. There you go. So that's a very simple empty control. We don't necessarily need to do anything in here. All you need to do is inherit from forms view. And this control is where the ad will appear. And we go ahead and add that control. Add control view. So here, I hope it's big enough to see. In case not, let me know. But anyway, so the add control view that we created, we just add it in our Xamarin, in a XAML file. And once you've added there, in the Android app, we'll have to get this one. So the Google Play Services add light Xamarin NuGet package. So we need that package and add view renderer, which essentially here is saying that the add control view that we created, the empty one, that's going to show a banner. So here, if you see, we are creating a new ad view of smart banner. And this is where we're using those unit IDs. So if I go back where it's defined, you will see that I've put those IDs that we just copied off the website in here. And you may notice that I'm using something called a test ID here, which is just enables the test ad. I'll go into a bit more detail why I've done that, but that's the test ad, which will appear when I run in debug mode. And that's the main banner unit ID that we copied as well. And this is my app ID, which is my identification with Google. Having done that, we need to make sure that the ads get initialized. So this is what we do at the main onCreate method of the main activity. And this is the thing that we need, and that's why we included, or the NuGet package that we included, the mobile ads lite. So once we have done these, the last bit I forgot to mention is we need to provide permissions, which is here. In the permissions, we need to provide network because and internet. So these permissions are set here, so that the ad can connect to, the ad banner can connect to AdMob. Once we've done these, this should work in theory. Let's see. So this is the thing that just broke while Dan was presenting. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's see. Oh, build failed. So while it's doing that, I'll go into a bit more detail about what went wrong while we were doing this. Well, this is already gone wrong because the demos doesn't seem to work, but I'll go into the policies a bit now. So having done that, the ad would work in debug mode and also in release mode when we were testing locally. So my friends and I were testing and it would work. But that's when I got an email saying this, which essentially said that we have violated some policies. So Google is going to stop all the ads. And so just to zoom in a bit. So this was the message which we received. And it's saying that publishers are not permitted to alter the behavior of Google Ads in any ways. And we had no idea how did we alter the behavior of an ad. Although the bit more information was this includes resizing ad frames or to cut off parts of the ads. So from then on, I started investigating more into Google's policies. So that would lead to, which is, I realized Google has like big description, a lot of documentation around its policies. So you have to go through a lot of policies here. But the main ones to be aware of is the ad placement. Obviously, like you could not be placing your ad next to. So this clearly says you can't be next to buttons that users should be clicking. So if you do that, that could be a violation of policy. If they think you are deliberately doing it so that users click your ad by mistake while clicking a button, for example. And there are a few other things to be aware of. But the main thing is going back to the XAML. Oh, not the XAML. Advert renderer is this. So when you say ad size is smart banner, that means the banner will take the whole width of your screen. But when we put it in the XAML file, this is inside a grid layout, which may or may not be getting the whole screen. So effectively, or even unknowingly, we are reducing the size of the ad banner. So the way to fix that is to put it in is clip to bounce false, and to make sure that it's inside such a grid view. And the other bit would be in add view renderer. So I added another method called the get smart banner DP height as well. So at runtime, it will calculate what is the height and the width of the ad banner. So this is the issue when you do a smart banner. If you did a simple banner, you won't need to do this, but then you will have to restrict the banner, as in it won't increase or decrease depending on what size screen do you have. A smart banner would though. So that's more or less what I had. So the other bit that I missed was constants. So in constants here, so the reason I put two different IDs here, so this bit is that there is another policy regarding invalid traffic. So when we are testing, if there are clicks generated by the publisher itself on live ads, which it will be if I'm using the right ID, which is the main publishing ID, then I could be clicking, or while testing, if we are doing UI automated testing, we never did, but if we were to do, it could be clicking on those live ads, and that will immediately become an invalid traffic and a policy violation. So for that reason, I'm using that test ID in the debug mode. That's all. I'm just checking. Oh, it has started, but some reason, I think it's thrown an exception in here. Okay, so unfortunately, the demo just seems to have broken, but I hope the policies are useful. And that's all I had in my talk today. Thank you very much.